I'm Mike Sicoccio. To my right, your left, is DJ Everly. We have a jam-packed show for you all today. DJ and I go over our talking points, and Hank Doman, the sports editor at the Times-Union, comes over and debates with me about Major League Baseball. But first, we're going to send over to DJ, and he's going to give out our Sports Corner shout-outs.
Thank you, Mike. Welcome to Sports Corner Shoutouts. Today we are covering 5 local athletes, ranging from sports like college basketball, to the NBA, to the MLB and minor leagues. First up today we have BYU point guard Jimmer Fredette. Jimmer Fredette was a Glens Falls graduate. He is now in his junior year at BYU. Fredette also broke a Mountain West Conference tournament record and single game records in this past year's tournament. Fredette also set a BYU record for single game scoring in his game against Arizona, where he scored 47 points. If Fredette doesn't return for this senior year, it's very possible that he could be an upper first-round draft pick in the next NBA draft. Maybe even a lottery pick if he's lucky. ESPN also titled Fredette as the first-round MVP of the NCAA tournament. Even better than Kentucky's John Wall. Our next shout-out is to Kenny Hasbrook, former Siena Saints power forward. Hasbrook just signed a 10-day contract with the Miami Heat. Its contract began on March 16th. Hasbrook was born in Maryland, but then attended college in the Capital Region at Siena. He was a MAC tourney MVP in both 2008 and 2009. He was a MAC Player of the Year in the 2008-2009 season. While in the NBA, he was attended in the Development League, where he averaged 16.9 points in his stay with the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. He played 10 games for the Houston Rockets minor league team. Our next shout-out goes to Minnesota Twins third baseman Brandon Harris. Harris went to Queensbury High School in the local Capital Region. He then went on to College of William & Mary's, where he played baseball there. His last at-bat was in the 2009 ALDS against the New York Yankees. And our next athlete that gets a shout-out from here at Sports Corner is minor league outfielder of the Detroit Tigers, Casper Wells. Casper Wells attended Schenectady High School. He was drafted by the Tigers in 2005 in the 14th round. He has had an excellent spring training so far, and he has high hopes of making the Major League roster by the end of the year. Our final athlete that will deserve a shout-out from us here at Sports Corner is Houston Astros outfielder Hunter Pence. Hunter Pence was brought up on April 28, 2007, then elected to the 2009 All-Star Game just 2 seasons later. Hunter Pence is a local tie to us here in the Capital Region when he played on the Houston Astros single-A affiliate, the Tri-City Valley Cats. Thank you for joining us here at Shoutouts today in Sports Corner. We have up next our talking points.
Welcome to our next segment called Sports Corner Talking Points. For those of you who didn't see our last episode, Talking Points is where DJ and I pick stories that are important in the sporting world and discuss them, talk about our opinions on them. My talking point today is going to be about baseball injuries in spring training. There have been a lot of injuries to big-name players during spring training. We had Jose Reyes and his overactive thyroid. Some related that possibly even to steroid use. I'm not about to go that far and suggest that, but who knows. We had Cliff Lee, and he had something wrong with his abdomen. He strained an abdomen, and there's a big question mark with him if he's even going to be able to start the season. Dustin Pedroia, the Red Sox second baseman, sprained his wrist while diving for a ground ball in a game against the Phillies. The Twins do not have a strong pitching staff. Their bullpen mainly consists of Joe Rausch, some other small-name players. But now that Joe Nathan is gone, who's going to be their closer? Most likely Rausch. But I don't know if Joe Mauer and Justin Morneau can lift a Twins team with absolutely no bullpen into the playoffs. Joe Nathan is out for the entire year because of Tommy John surgery he's having on his elbow. So, and we don't even know if he's going to come back and pitch the same ever again. So I think it's because too many players try too hard in spring training. Either they don't work in the off season and they just jump right into these extensive workouts, or they don't relax at all in the off season. They just keep practicing and practicing and practicing and going to the gym and not giving themselves enough time to rehabilitate from the regular season. So that's my talking point. Now to DJ.
Oh, Mike, you had a very good point with what you said about all the injuries. I don't think that the Twins will have as good of a season as they could
They're
have
going to
had.
struggle this year. They're not going to make the playoffs. I can guarantee that.
And they had pitching injuries before with Francisco Liriano.
And you saw he had Tommy John surgery, and now he's a question mark even to make the major league team this year.
He was a rookie sensation.
He was.
Now my talking point revolves in the college basketball world. Everyone knows how the field of 65 wants to be expanded to the field of 95 in the NCAA tournament. Let me tell you straight out now, it should not happen. 65, yes, we could have used a few more teams. There are teams like Virginia Tech, Illinois. Those two teams, they could have been in the tournament. But going to 96, what do you want? Al's Plumbing University to be in the tournament? Or Stacy's Pastry Making School for Fine Arts? Do we want that? No. Do you want that, Mike?
Not at all. I mean, I think it would, if we expanded it a little bit, like you said, it would help teams like Mississippi State get in. Or even it would help these small schools like Siena maybe get a higher seed.
Or an at-large bid. Now, if anyone watched the Lions a couple days ago, Syracuse coach Jim Boeheim and Dick Vitale, ESPN analyst, went in a heated argument. I've never seen either of them yell before. Jim Boeheim was at the top of his lungs wanting the tournament to be larger. Yes, you want it to be larger, but you don't want it to be so large. 96 is so large. There would have been 13 teams out of the Big East this year. You want to know how many teams are in the Big East? 16. 3 teams. The only teams that wouldn't make is an 8-12 DePaul, Rutgers, and St. John's. All 3 have had losing records. They were the only teams that had losing records in the Big East. This is supposed to be a reward. Having 13 teams out of one conference going into the NCAA tournament. What's the point of a regular season if you're going to go in automatically? Do we want UNC to be in it this year? No, but if it was 96 teams, they would have been in it because they had a winning record. Do you want every team that has a winning record in college basketball in the NCAA tournament? No. You want it to be a field where they are rewarded for their hard work in the regular season and their effort. Sure, put in a few teams, maybe 4 or 8 more teams at most. 8 at most. But you don't need 96 total.
I mean, it's a good point. I mean, I would, like you, do not expand it a lot.
Exactly.
Like you said, a team could start the season off 0-6, and they wouldn't be worried anymore. They could say, oh, okay, we win our next few games, and we're good. We can easily make the tournament this year. I don't know, 13 out of 16 teams, that would be awesome to see in an NCAA tournament, but I like the way it is right now.
I agree. You don't want teams that are going in because of their name, like UNC or UConn. Oh yeah, they're signing every year. Syracuse signing every year. Make them earn it. That's
Plus, I think you would get carpal tunnel filling out those brackets.
Oh, I agree. And there's 9 zillion different possibilities of a perfect bracket. I'm pretty sure no one has had a perfect bracket yet. Do you want that chance to be limited that much more? I mean, everyone goes for the hunt for a perfect bracket every year. Do we want that to never happen? It's already hard enough.
Those are talking points. Coming up, Hank Dolman is in studio with us, and he will be debating with me about Major League Baseball.
Should be fun.
Will be fun.